C5 Insight is a Microsoft partner that plans, builds, and supports solutions in Dynamics 365, Teams, SharePoint, and the Power Platform. Contact us to modernize your business today.
Hello and welcome everyone to another Copilot for Sales Bootcamp and Roundtable. My name's Haley and I'll be your webinar moderator. A few housekeeping items before we jump in. This bootcamp is 15 minutes of concentrated content, and today's topic is how Copilot can be your sales R&D assistant to better help you understand prospects, customers, and opportunities. We welcome your questions throughout the presentation. You can go ahead and submit those at any time using the Q&A icon at the top of your screen. We do have a roundup of Q&As that have already been asked in previous sessions, which are compiled into a blog, which I will share the link to. We encourage you to stay tuned after the presentation for a 30-minute roundtable discussion with Prachi Mishra from Microsoft and our C5 Insight team, where we'll answer your live questions. And finally, if you'd like a copy of our slides with hot links to the mini demos you'll see, go ahead and reach out to us at one of the emails on the final slide. Talk to you, Jordan.
Great, thank you so much, Haley. And yeah, as you guys just heard, today's topic is going to be all around sales intelligence and essentially walking through how Copilot can act as your R&D assistant or research and development assistant as you're going through your sales process. So to quickly take a look at the agenda for today and how we're going to be covering that sales intelligence topic, we'll be kicking things off with catching up using Copilot, then moving into conversations with the content. So not only can you use Copilot to generate new content, but also looking at ways that you can converse with Copilot to gather more insights out of the data that you're looking at. And then finally, how you can use some of those features to measure the overall success post-sale process and when you're reviewing your results all up. So as you can see, kind of at a high level, we'll be walking through essentially a full sales process from beginning to end today using Copilot and Copilot for Sales. So we're going to kick things off looking at catching up using Copilot. So when you're reading an email or preparing for a meeting with a customer, you know you want to have the most relevant information from your CRM, such as your customer asks, any concerns, any prior notes that you might have had, just to help make sure that you have the best context that you can before you end up meeting with them. Using Copilot for Sales, you're going to use AI to generate a complete summary of each opportunity with key information like the sales stage, the budget, closing date, and this is going to help you better interact with those customers. Now, we've looked at some similar summary features before, namely being how to summarize emails in some of our prior sessions. But together, let's watch a video walking through how having Copilot for Sales and that CRM integration is really going to elevate the summary process and allow you to go into your customer meetings more informed than ever.
Allie has been out of the office and needs to catch up on what activities she's missed for her prospects and customers. Allie knows that her colleagues have been collaborating on her customers within Microsoft Teams, email, and files. She goes to Copilot Chat to get the latest. In Copilot Chat, she prompts, "What's the latest with Contoso?" grouped by emails, chats, posts, and files. After a few moments, Copilot will generate a summarized list of messages and document references for Allie to research further. Allie was also assigned to new leads and opportunities in Dynamics 365 Sales while she was away. She's reviewing one of her newly assigned opportunities and opens the Copilot chat to prompt for a summary. Copilot provides a summary of this opportunity, saving Allie time in researching this newly assigned record. Now, Allie is caught up and can jump right to work.
Thank you, and apologies there for the switch between the content for a second. But as you can see, whether it's in Teams or Outlook, like we saw some of our prior summary features, or directly inside of Dynamics 365 using Copilot for Sales, you're going to be able to get caught up and get just a full summary of those previous conversations and everything you need to know about the ongoing opportunity you have with a customer. So right in that summary, you're going to get the key information, any added notes. Maybe even you need to go in and just change the name or change the opportunity you're looking at to make sure it's the correct content. All of that you're able to do using Copilot for Sales and this opportunity summary features. So now that we're caught up before the meeting with the customer, let's take a look at how we can sharpen the information a little more using some of our different ways that we can gain insights inside of our different productivity suites using our CRM data and our sales data with our customers. So understandably, a lot of the features we've been looking at are specifically in Copilot for Sales, but there are quite a few features that we're going to be looking at in these couple demos that can be found across Copilot for Microsoft 365. And although they might not be a sales-specific feature, they can greatly enhance your sales process when you're using it in that lens. So to give a personal example before jumping into these demos, I recently joined the C5 Insight team. And right when I was joining the team, we had a previous consultant leaving our team. So not only did I have to jump in and start with my brand new clients, but I had to get caught up and I had to understand the key information from all of those ongoing opportunities and conversations that are now getting assigned to me from my colleague that had left. Using the features we're about to look at allowed me to not only catch up like we previously saw, but gave me great insight into previous conversation, maybe statements of work, and things like that that were already going on with that customer. So I was fully informed moving forward with the process. So let's watch 2 demos highlighting that right now.
Ali recently attended a trade show where she received a large list of prospects. She is going to use Copilot in Excel to research her data and identify her target list. First, she's going to ask Copilot how many rows of data are in her spreadsheet. Copilot identifies a very large list of prospects. So Ali's going to ask which state appears most frequently in the spreadsheet to help identify her target market. Copilot notes that California is the most frequently occurring state, which is going to be Ali's target. Next, she's going to ask about the percentage distribution of industries in her target market. Copilot provides a breakdown of industries that are appearing in her prospect list within the state of California. Copilot helps Ali identify that major banks are a common industry in her list in California. She asks Copilot to filter her list by state and by industry. Now that Copilot put these filters in place, Ali is ready to continue her research with her targeted list of prospects.
Great, and we're going to look at one more video here, talking about how we can pull similar insights from some of our different applications in the productivity suite.
Ali has a meeting scheduled with a high potential prospect. She is researching this prospect in advance, but has lengthy files that she is trying to learn from. Ali will chat with Copilot to help digest the information in her files so she can efficiently research and prepare to meet with her prospect. Ali has a Word document that one of her colleagues drafted when meeting with a similar prospect. She opens up the document to get ideas on crafting her meeting. First, she asks Copilot to summarize the document. With the summary, she can get the main ideas that were presented as part of this proposal. She also asks Copilot for the key topics mentioned to help with crafting her own proposal for her prospect. Next, Ali goes to a PDF document from the prospect that's open in Microsoft Edge. She's going to use Copilot to help learn more about this prospect. So she asks Copilot to give a summary of this document. Copilot produces a descriptive summary for Ali to learn from. She then asks a question of the document, asking Copilot whether or not a specific topic is mentioned. Copilot provides an answer, letting Ali know that this topic was not mentioned, so it may be something that Ali would want to ask during her meeting. Ali also has a PowerPoint presentation showcasing sample work from her prospect. She's going to ask Copilot questions to help her learn from this presentation. Ali first asks Copilot to summarize the presentation. After reading the summary, Ali asks Copilot specific questions relating to data in this presentation. And with that response, along with the information that Copilot provided in the other files, Allie is now well researched ahead of her prospect meeting.
Great. So as we can see, whether we are working directly inside of our CRM system like Dynamics 365 Sales, or if we're just taking that sales data and trying to use it in our different productivity applications such as Excel, PowerPoint, Word, or even Microsoft Edge, Copilot provides a lot of different features that allow us to reinterpret that data and look at it in a way that we might not have been doing before. And even if it's brand new information to you, like we saw in this demo, maybe you have an Excel sheet with 100 different clients to work through. Maybe you were sent over a PowerPoint deck that is a proposed plan that was 25 slides long. It can take a lot of time and a lot of energy for you or the people on your sales team to not only go through that, but try to sparse out the most important information and piece it together in a way that makes sense and is intelligent for your upcoming meetings and presentations. And using Copilot, we were able to reduce that time, reduce that energy, and allow you and your teams to focus on what's important when it comes to planning and presenting for the clients that you have. And now that we looked at not only catching up, but also gathering better insight by having conversations with our content using Copilot, let's take a look at what it would be after we make a sale and we're measuring our overall success. So again, what we're going to be looking at is going to be inside of Excel, but imagine this by pulling that information directly from your CRM. So you just exported your sales data from the past quarter, the past year, and now we're trying to make sense of what that data looks like inside of Excel so we can co-collaborate and have a lot of this information across our team. Let's watch one more demo walking through how Excel can do just that.
Allie wants to measure the success of her research and prospecting efforts for the first half of the year. She has exported a list of opportunity data from the past 6 months to analyze in Excel. Allie opens Copilot and asks to show the percent breakdown of won versus lost opportunities. After seeing the results, Allie asks Copilot for more information on industries related to lost opportunities so she can understand where she may need to refocus her efforts. Then, Allie wants further insights on the won opportunities, so she asks for revenue details. Then, Allie asks Copilot for additional insights that it can glean from the opportunity data. When produced, Allie adds those insights into a new tab for further review. Now Allie can continue to ask Copilot for questions and analyze her metrics.
Great, and with that last demo for today, we can easily see how whether you are working directly inside of your CRM platform or maybe needing to conduct a lot of that analyzing inside of a universal application like Excel that we know a lot of businesses still very heavily depend on, Copilot can come in, give you insight, forecast trends, identify top clients, even do things like adding in new columns or building complete pivot tables for you based on the data that you're providing. And as we saw through the content all of today, whether it's preparing for a meeting, catching up on content you might have missed or is freshly assigned to you, or trying to understand your future goals by measuring your past success, Copilot for Sales can be heavily integrated and help you along every step of that way. Now, since we finished our 15 minutes of content, I'm going to be passing it over to Haley to talk next steps.
Struggling to leverage Microsoft Enterprise solutions? At C5 Insight, we understand the intersection between technology, business, and people. Contact us to learn more.
All right, so now we are transitioning into our roundtable discussion with Prachi from Microsoft and Jordan from C5, of course. One thing that I was thinking as we were watching the presentation is we looked at how Copilot can help in productivity apps like Excel to assess large quantities of data, which is such a time saver. Trying to figure out like pivot tables and getting all of that information is incredibly time consuming. So that alone is like, I'm ready. But can you talk a little bit about how to prospect for leads in dynamic sales CRM?
Absolutely. And that's a great question because a lot of our customers like to do their prospecting directly in the CRM. And I want to actually share my screen and show you really quick demo on how this is possible. So as you saw in the recorded demo earlier, you're able to have your Copilot sidebar experience in dynamic sales. It also tells you a lead summary. In the video, it had shown you opportunity summary, but let's say if you're on a lead page, so somebody you're prospecting with, not only does Copilot summarize the lead for you, but you can also ask it to find relevant LinkedIn Sales Navigator profiles. So I know a lot of our customers currently use LinkedIn Sales Nav for their customer outreach and prospecting. And what I love is that in my flow of work, I'm able to get a snapshot of Alex's, who's my lead, LinkedIn information, where she works, how long she's been working there. So this is incredibly powerful because usually there's context switching into going into LinkedIn Sales Nav, but Copilot even like recommends, hey, find relevant Sales Nav profiles for this lead. So you're able to utilize this in your flow of work as well.
So kind of on the same topic of Copilot and dynamic sales, that's a really nifty feature for LinkedIn Sales Navigator. What other Copilot capabilities maybe come to mind that people can use within CRM?
Another great question, and I'm just going to steal back screen share. So what I want to mention is Copilot is consistently innovating. So even next month, there's going to be so many new additions to the AI capabilities in CRM. One of them I want to talk about, which some of our customers use, is the email authoring experience directly in Dynamics. So if you went into the timeline section, clicked create new email, you would get this email authoring experience where you get the full power of Outlook directly in Dynamics. What I like is there's email engagement features, choosing to follow these activities. But as you scroll down, you can see we're infusing Copilot into the email authoring experience. So what you can do is, maybe you type up a rough draft of something that you want to send out to a customer. You can highlight this, choose to adjust with Copilot, and as you had seen in one of our earlier sessions, be able to change the length and the tone of the email. So if you're friendly, because they're an existing customer, whatever it is, you're able to update that directly in your flow of work. So again, we have customers who like to be in Outlook or they like to be in Dynamics. We want to make sure we provide Copilot capabilities everywhere they work. So that's just a little bit of that. And as you can see in a few seconds, it updated right away. So that's one of the features I really love for our customers who are very heavily invested in Dynamics. And in the future, I think in the next month or so, if you were to go to the home page, I can't show that right now because I don't have it in my demo environment yet, but you would be able to have a home screen and be able to chat about your CRM data with Copilot. So you could go in and say, hey, what are my top opportunities closing this month? Or what does my revenue look like for this quarter? Being able to ask targeted questions about your CRM data. So some really exciting stuff coming on the horizon.
And what's really cool about this, and to Prachi's point about kind of making these tools accessible no matter where you work and no matter where your team is used to working, it's really great that these are all built directly into CRM directly. But even as we saw on some earlier, let's say you're very much in the habit of using Outlook, you live and die by Outlook every day, which many people do. Thankfully, that Copilot for Sales feature is built directly into Outlook too. So whether you're in CRM or you're sending your Outlook emails like normal and you still want it tracked, you can easily do that by opening up the Copilot for Sales application right inside of Outlook. That's going to give you the option to tie that email, tie that meeting directly back to that record inside of your CRM, and keeping everything nice and synced and organized no matter which area you want to live in.
I like that it caters to both type of individuals, the person who has a lot of things up and likes to work in two different places, and then have everything centralized so there's one less window on your desktop as you're just focused in CRM. So yeah, that's really convenient there.
100%. I think Microsoft probably more than most understands that getting people to adopt the new technology can sometimes be just as difficult as making the new technology. So making it readily available in both places, I think, really helps address some of those adoption issues and getting it out to everybody.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. Considering that salespeople, I think in particular, are always on the go and short on time, is Copilot available on mobile devices? So we can bring it up in 2 different places, but what about on mobile?
Yes, so it is on mobile. What I love is, I know me personally, I'm always responding to emails on my phone, especially if I'm walking my dog or whatever it is during the workday. So you have Copilot helping you auto-generate emails, and even in Teams, you're able to see the summaries as well. So yes, there is full mobile capabilities for your sellers on the go.
And a follow-up to that, now that mobile is clarified, what about Copilot for Sales being supported in other languages?
Yeah, absolutely.
Jordan, you want to take this? Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah. So thankfully, like most of Microsoft's product suite, understanding that it's a very global company, so wanting to cater to as many people as possible, make the tools that they're creating as accessible to everybody as possible. So AI and Copilot, and specifically Copilot for Sales, does offer a lot of different language integration, Chinese, Dutch, Danish, French, German, Spanish, Portuguese. And I would imagine as it continues to be built out and continues to be supported, that list of languages is just going to continue to grow as the product does.
Yeah. Yeah, that's super helpful for everybody across the globe to be using Microsoft solutions. Okay, so I am not seeing any more Q&As come through. One thing that I do want to note is that we have Q&As from previous sessions. So if something comes to mind that you didn't ask, we have FAQs from previous sessions that, talk about, where does Copilot generate information? Is Copilot using my data? How is it using my data? How can I prompt better? Things like that. All of those questions are actually covered in that blog. So we encourage you to go ahead and check that out. But as a quick reminder, if you want a copy of these slides with demo videos that Jordan showed, go ahead and let us know. You can email Jordan and we'll go ahead and get those over to you. But before we close today, we do want to show you that video one more time, sharing some opportunities to accelerate your adoption of AI and Copilot.